Hey there, everybody. We are game four, replaying Cologne's season in 2015 for fun because it's going to be fun. He had a 4.16 ERA and he was 14-13 that year. He only gave up 24 walks in 190 innings, some odd innings. So that's pretty impressive. He did give up 217 hits. So this is his. He's right now he's 0-2. And let's see how he does against Julio Teheran and the Atlanta Braves. Let's get started. Right, we are in City Field. We're using Payoff pitch 6. That's in play 58. In play 58. That's an out range. We're using iScore on my right. We have a 10-inch iPad, and we're using 50. What did I just say? It was 58 to 58 was a ground ball to second base. Ground ball 4-3. So that's Danny Murphy throws out Eric Young hustling down the line. Calaspo, Alberto Calaspo, third baseman. It's a 9. That's a tough. A 37. A tough 37 is a ground ball to third. Eric Campbell substituting for David Wright, who's got some back issues early in the season, and he throws out Calaspo. And next is Nick Markakis. 6 is in play 38. In play 38 takes us to the out range, and that's lined right at Murphy. Makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down for the big sexy, 40 years old in 2015. The Mets are going to be facing Julio Teheran. Teheran was 11-8 with a 4.04 ERA in 2015, and he's going to be facing Curtis Granderson, the left-handed batter. Just go in here and switch him to a lefty. I had him as a righty to just input this information. So he's a lefty now. And that's a 7. That's ballpark 48. A lefty 48. Citi Field is friendly to left-handers, so that's going to be wheelhouse. Wheelhouse is going to be 1-32. We're going to pull a fast action card to see, and that's a 30. That ball is hit deep to center field. Back goes Eric Young to the track, to the wall, and that ball's out of here. Granderson leads off with a home run against Julio Teheran, and the Mets are up 1-0. So Curtis gets a hold of one, and it's Ligares. That's a 9. That's tough 47. A tough 47 is going to be a base hit single for Ligares. He's on at first. He batted .253 versus right-handers. And Ligares had 7 steals, so not apt to go very often. Lucas Duda, another lefty. And that's 6. That's tough 47. A tough 47 is a strikeout. Lucas down on strikes. Michael Kadire batting 4th, right-hander. 4, Patient 92. Patient 92 takes us into the out range, and that's going to be a ground ball right at Andrelton Simmons, the shortstop. He flips to Jace Peterson for the 6-4 force. And, oh no, you know what? That may be a double play because there was only 1 out. For some reason, I thought there was 2 outs. The pitcher is an 8, and the batter is an 8, and we rolled a 4. That's under both of those, so it's going to be a 6. Let's go back. It's going to be a 6-4-3 double play, and Teheran's out of the inning. But the Mets take a 1-0 lead. We go to the top of the second. Top of the second is going to be Freeman, Przinsky, and Gomes against Cologne. Freeman, Przinsky, and Gomes. Double check that. We had some issues in the last game we broadcast. Now, the way I'm playing this is I'm going as far as Cologne goes. So once Cologne is out, unless it's like a really close game and it's in the late innings and he gets pulled, I may just roll out the last inning just to see how it goes. 4, Patient, and it's a 62. It's a Patient 62, and that's a hit by pitch. So Freeman's hit by the pitch. Krasinski, Freeman's on at first. That's a 5. That's a tough. A 99. A tough 99 is going to be a foul out. It's a foul out to the first baseman, Lucas Duda. One down. Johnny Gomes. Gomes batted 208 against right-handers. 5, that's tough. 74, a tough 74. Ooh, just missed being a hit. Tough 74 is going to be a fly ball to lift it to center field. Ligaris. Got it. And it's Andrelton Simmons. I don't know, for some reason I have, let me go back. Yeah. Fly out. Oop. Fly out to center. For some reason I have Freeman at second base for some reason. I don't know. All right, I put him back at first. Andrelton Simmons, pitch from Cologne, 8, ballpark, 85 against a righty. It's going to be in play. We're going to pull a fast action for the in play number 45. And the in play 45 is going to take us into the out range, and that's going to be a ground ball to third across the diamond. And that's out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the second. It's going to be Murphy. It's going to be Murphy, Campbell, and Flores. Murphy, Campbell, and Flores here in the bottom of the second for the Mets. 7, that's in play. Which now we got Cologne batting to his own team. It doesn't work that way. All right, 7, ballpark. Oh, and that's a ballpark, a 47 on a lefty. And Daniel Murphy, that's going to be in his power, in his wheelhouse. 1 to 24 is going to be out of here. And that's a 92. That's going to take us into the out range. A 92. It's a fly ball to right. Lifted it high, but just didn't get all of it. So Murph is out. 1 away for the Mets. Eric Campbell. That's a 7. That's a ballpark. 64. Right-hander this time. It's going to be in play. In play 25. It's going to be a base hit single. So Campbell on with a single. And it's Wilmer Flores. That's a 4. That's a patient 85. A patient 85. It's going to be a ground ball to shortstop. We roll the 4. That's probably going to be a double play. It's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. And the Braves are out of the inning. 6-4-3 double play. Back to first in time. And Wilmer grounds out to a double play. Ends the inning. We go to the top of the third. Cologne. He's up 1-0 now. Leadoff home run by Granderson in the first. Jace Peterson. It's going to be Peterson, Julio Teheran, and Eric Young. And that's going to be a 9. That's tough, a 50. A tough 50 is a line drive base hit for Peterson. It's raining here today. You can hear the rain outside. And we're going to get a bunt. And he's going to be an A bunter. He's an A bunter. So it should be pretty easy. We look over here. Sacrifice hit, successful. So over to second is going to be a sacrifice bunt, 1, 2, 4. And Eric Young with a runner on second. And that's a 7. That's in play 36. And in play 36, it's going to be in the out range. That's going to be lying to short. And with 2 outs, it's Albert Calaspo. And that's 8. That's a ballpark 40. He's batting lefty, so that's going to be in his wheelhouse. So 1 to 8, it's a home run. It's a 93. That's probably going to take us to the out range, and it does. It's a fly ball to left field. Kadire, he's there, makes the catch. And we go to the bottom of the third. So Calaspa may be out. So next is going to be Markakis. All right, we set that up properly. And we're going to have Recker, Colon, and Granderson batting here against Julio Teheran. The bottom of the third, it's 1-0 Mets. City Field in Flushing, Queens. All right, that's a 10 patient. A patient 29 is a base on balls for Recker. Anthony Recker, the Mets catcher. And we're going to get a bunt. He bunts F, so Colon's going to swing away. 8, tough. 36, a tough 36 is a strikeout. Yeah, Colon is not a big bunter. Okay, so Curtis Granderson. Recker's on at first. He's a left-handed batter. That's going to be a 5. That's patient 72. A patient 72 is a hit by pitch. So Granderson is hit by the pitch, and that puts runners on first and second for the Mets here in the bottom of the third. Juan Lagares. And that's a 5. That's a patient 98. A patient 98 takes us into the out range. It's going to be a fly ball lifted to left. Johnny Gomes has it measured. 2 outs. And it's Lucas Duda. Lucas Duda is the power hitter for the Mets. Hit 27 home runs. 20 against right-handers. Batted .230 against righties. And that's a 7. That's a ballpark. 0-0. Oh, my goodness. That's a rare play. All right, so instead of the home run opportunity, we go to a rare play. And that's a 5. Let's leave that there. With runners on base. Rare play with runners on base. Let's see what that is. All right, let's look. Rare play with runners on base. Reroll 2d6 if equal or higher than the pitcher's hold rating. There's a balk. Okay. So where's the pitcher's hold rating? It's a 6. So we're going to roll 2d6, it says. If it's higher, if it's equal or higher, 2d6. He's a 6 hold, so it's higher. It's an 11. So re-roll that. If the higher pitcher's balk is called. There you go. All right, so we got a balk. Julio Teheran's not happy about that. Runners advance, second and third now with 2 outs. And Lucas Duda still at the plate. All right, here goes. Pitch to Duda. And that's a 10. That's patient 44. Patient 44 is a base on balls. So the bases are loaded. And it's Michael Kadire. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the third. Mets are leading at 1-0 here in the 2015 Bartolo Colon Big Sexy Replay. 6, that's a tough, and that's a 66. A tough 66 takes us into the out range, and that's going to be a ground ball to second base. And he flips to the shortstop for out number 3. So the Mets leave the bases loaded. They failed to score, failed to capitalize. It's going to come back and bite them for sure. Colon is going to be facing Nick Markakis, Freddie Freeman, and A.J. Przinsky here in Game 4 of our replay. Bartolo, 5. It's tough. 0-6. That's a strikeout. Nick Markakis, down on strikes. Freddie Freeman, he was hit by a pitch. That's a 10. That's tough. 55. A tough 55. Just out of the hit range. It's a ground ball to third. And Campbell up with it. Over to Duda. 2 away. And A.J. Przinsky. And that's going to be a rare play again. My cat's throwing everything off my another desk that I have. All right, so it's going to be a rare play, a 9 with nobody on this time. Rare play with a 9 with nobody on is a hit by pitch, and the brawl erupts. All future hit by pitches will result in the pitcher being ejected. So it's a hit by pitch. Przinsky, not happy with that, has words with Recker. Now with Cologne. Cologne is usually very mild-mannered. He's smiling out there. And A.J. Przinsky is on at first base. Okay, Johnny Gomes, the batter, with 2 outs. That's a 10. That's tough. A 54. A tough 54 is a strikeout. Gomes down on strikes. All right, my cat's getting into the camera now. All right, excuse me, bud. Get lost. Thank you. All right, it's Julio Teheran back on the mound. And it's going to be Murphy, Campbell, and Flores. Murphy is 0 for 1. He flied out. Here's the pitch. This will be a 5. That's Patient, a 49. Patient 49 is right out of the range into the outs, a 49. It's going to be a fly ball to left field. And the left fielder Gomes has it. 1 away. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Mets lead at 1-0. Julio Teheran versus Big Sexy. Bartolo Colon, 10. Patient, a 23. Patient 23. That's going to be a base on balls to Campbell. Base on balls to Campbell. And it's Wilmer Flores, the batter. That's a 2. That's in play. An in play 99. An in play 99 is popped up. And that's going to be Calaspo. So 2 away now. And it's Anthony Recker. Recker walked in his first at bat. Here's the pitch from Teheran. And that's going to be a 6. A 6 is tough, and where it's a 29, that's strike 3. Record down on strikes. It's going to be Simmons, Peterson, and Julio Teheran batting here against Colon in the top of the 5th. Now, Colon is allowed to go up till the 6th inning before becoming fatigued, unless he's pitching a game where there's 2 or fewer runs. Simmons, that's an 11. That's defense. So we're going to pull a defensive card and see how the Mets do behind Colon. Error first base. Let's look and see what the error rating for Duda is. And that's a 4. So we're looking over here. We're going to use this number here, a 34. A 434 is going to be an out. And we can check the out. It doesn't really matter that much. I don't know why I check it. Let's see. What is the out? We used a 4 there. It's an out, a 4. There's a line out. Line out to the first baseman. Nice stop by Duda. So there's 1 out. It's Jace Peterson. All right, that's an 8. That's ballpark. A 23 on a lefty. That's going to put us into the wheelhouse. It's a 1-9. It's out of here. It's a 54, and that's beyond the wheelhouse into the out range, and that's a ground ball to Eric Campbell. Campbell guns it to first. 2 out. Jace Peterson. Oh no, wait a second. 2 outs. Wait a second. I had Simmons. Simmons is okay. Wait a second. Yeah. Simmons, Peterson, and now it's going to be Turon. That's right. All right, 6. That's going to be in play 69. In play 69. It's going to be an out. Fly ball center field. Lagares. He's there. Puts it away. So Cologne is leading it off for the Mets against Turon. Pretty good game we got going here. It's a 1-0 pitcher's duel. Here's a pitch to Turon to Cologne. Cologne, not known for his bat. 7, that's a ballpark, a 56, a ballpark 56. Puts us in play. And I'm going to pull a card here. And in play 71 is going to be an out. That's going to be a fly ball to center. Curtis Granderson, who is responsible for the only Met run with a leadoff home run. And that's a 7. That's ballpark. That's a 0-7, ballpark 0-7. So that's going to put it in his wheelhouse. His wheelhouse against righties is a 1-32. So he has a chance for his second 4-bagger right here. And it's an 88. No. And that takes us into the out range. And that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, Jace Peterson. Flips it to Freeman. That's out number 2. Juan Lagares. And that's a tough pitch. 65. That's going to be a ground ball again to Peterson. Comes in for it. Over to first. And out number 3. We go top of the 6th. Top of the 6th here. Big Sexy on the mound. But you know, 1 hitter so far. So he's really found his groove. Eric Young, the batter. Oh, Eric Young is a switch hitter from what I can see here. So let's put him in as such. There we go. He's in as a switch hitter now. That's going to be an 8, ballpark 54. Ballpark 54. He's a batting lefty, 54. That's his wheelhouse. So his wheelhouse, well, he doesn't have much of a wheelhouse in terms of home runs against righties or lefties for that matter. Didn't hit any home runs. 99, that's not good for Young. And that's going to be popped up to the right side due to there. And that's 1 away. Alberto Calaspo, excuse me. Batting from the left side, he's a switch hitter. That's a 7. That's in play 88. In play 88 takes us to the out range, and that's going to be a line drive caught. No, that's going to be a pop-up to the shortstop. Excuse me. Pop-up to the shortstop. 2 away. My cat continues to knock everything off my desk. Nick Markakis, after this game, I'll do a lot of picking up stuff. Stop it. Shh. Now knocking off my cup of water. Don't do that. All right. Nick Markakis, the batter, with 2 outs. And that's going to be a 7 is in play, 0-7 in play. That's going to go in there in the gap for a double. Markakis into second base standing up. A 2-bagger with 2 outs. 2-bagger with 2 outs. All right, hold on 1 second. I got to do something with this cat. Cat's throwing everything. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. It's all good. It's all good. There you go. Get lost for a little while. All right. So it's Freeman now. Now this is a little bit of trouble here. Freeman. It's a 1-0 game. We can pitch to Przinski. Freeman batted against righties, batted .298. Przinski batted .309. It's trouble right there against righties. And is Przinsky a lefty as well? Przinsky, they're both lefties. Wow. But I don't think it's time to bring in a lefty here. It's only the top of the 6th inning. There's 2 outs. Let's see. Let's see what Cologne does with Freddie Freeman. All comes down to the die roll. And that's a 10. That's tough. A 99. All right, Cologne got lucky. And that's popped up. And that's to the first baseman. So Cologne gets Freeman with a tying run at second base and 2 outs to pop up to Lucas Duda. And when the Braves come back, it's going to be Przinsky, Gomes, and Simmons. Now, Tehran is in there, still in there. He can go 7. He gets fatigued in 7 if he's allowed 3 runs or more. And it's going to be Duda, Kadire, and the Murph. Number 28 for the Mets, the Murph. Julio Tehran. And that's a 6. That's tough. A tough 56. And that's a line drive base hit for Duda. So Duda's on with a single. Michael Kadire. And that's a 6. That's going to be tough. 0-5. And that's a strikeout. So Kadire goes down swinging. And Daniel Murphy now. And that's a 12. That's tough. And it's a 99 again. A 99. That's going to be popped up to the first baseman, Freeman. That's 2 away. And Eric Campbell, the batter. Campbell singled and walked. We're in the bottom of the 6th. It's a 1-0 Met lead. It's Cologne versus Tehran. Pitching duel, 2015. A tough, and it's a 0-6. A tough 0-6. That's a strikeout. So Campbell down swinging. Cologne takes the mound. He's a jolly character, that Cologne. Always got a smile on his face. Weighing around 300 pounds. 5'11", I believe. A.J. Przinsky, the left-handed batting catcher. And that's an 8. That's a ballpark, a 63. A ballpark 63 against a lefty. Oh, it's just outside the wheelhouse range, so it's an in-play range. See what happens. It's a 68. That's out of that range. And into the out range is a fly out center field. Juan Lagares is there. That's how I use the fast action cards. So I have a little system. Johnny Gomes. Gomes is 0 for 2. That's a 7. That's in play. That's an 80. In play 80 is not going to do very much for the batter. And it's going to be a fly ball again. Juan Lagares. He's got it in range. 2 away. And Andrelton Simmons. Pitch from Cologne, a 7. That's in play, 22. And that's going to be a line drive base hit for Simmons. A 2-out single for Andrelton Simmons. And let's see if Simmons steals. Simmons, no, not much of a base stealer. Usually when they have more than 10 stolen bases, I send them right away. Otherwise, I'll send them once in a while. Jace Peterson. And that's a 10. That's tough. A 38. A tough 38 is a strikeout. A strikeout for Peterson. So Cologne, again, comes up huge. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th. And it's going to be Wilmer Flores, Anthony Recker, and Bartolo Colon. See if they let him bat. It's only a 1-0 lead here. So here's the pitch, Julio Teheran versus Flores, and that's a 9. That's a tough, a 74. Tough 74 is a fly ball to center. Eric Young there, 1 away. And that's a 10. That's patient. A patient 10 is a base on ball. So Wrecker walks. And now we have Cologne. We're going to let him bat just for the fun of it. And that's an 8. That's tough. A tough 97. Tough 97 is a strikeout. So Cologne down on strikes. What else is new? And now it's Curtis Granderson. He's responsible for the only run, or the only run of the game, with a leadoff home run in the first. Here's the pitch to Granderson. That's a 7. That's a ballpark. A 34 from a lefty. Puts it in his wheelhouse. So again, a 1-32 opportunity on the fast action card for Granderson to hit a 2-run bomb right here, and his second home run of the day. Let's see what happens. We need a 1-32, and it's a 39. Oh, and that puts it into the singles range, and it's going to say single into an opposite field liner. So he goes to left field. Runner on first advances 2 bases. So now we have first and third, thanks to Granderson. Keeps it alive here with 2 outs. And it's going to be Juan Lagares. Juan Lagares, there's 2 outs, and Juan Lagares is 1 for 3 on the day. He singled flat out and grounded out. Here's the pitch from Teheran. That's an 8. That's tough. A 38. A tough 38 is a strikeout. Lagares goes down swinging. All right, now. So Teheran is going to be pulled for a pinch hitter right here, leading off the top of the 8th inning. And you look at the stats. Hey, man, how do you like the sim engine compared to others you have played? If you don't mind, after the game, thank you. Yeah, sure, no problem. We'll talk more about it, absolutely. Now, when you say sim engine, oh, you're just talking about in general? Yeah. Well, I'd love to talk to you. I'll send you, send me your email or something like that. I don't know. We're going to pinch hit for Julio Teheran, and it was Kelly Johnson's going to come and hit. I'm going to bring in Kelly Johnson here. Now, Kelly Johnson ends up playing with the Mets, with the Yankees. I mean, he gets around. And he's going to hit for Julio Teheran in the top of the 8th. The Mets lead at 1-0. Cologne is pitching a shutout. So far through 7, he's pitching a 3-hitter. Pretty exciting for me. I'm a Cologne fan. So, all right. So let's get Cologne. Cologne is pitching to Kelly Johnson. Put Kelly Johnson in there. There he is. Kelly Johnson bats lefty. Turning him into a lefty. And, all right, here goes. Citi Field. Bartolo on the mound. Kelly Johnson, no outs, top of the 8th. Mets lead at 1-0. And that's going to be a 3. That's tough. 51. Everything's been going Bartolo's way, but in this case, Johnson is 48-56, a single in the tough. So he's going to manage a single off Cologne. Pinch hit single for Kelly Johnson. And Young is a deep bunter, so he doesn't, you're not going to bunt with him. Eric Young is going to swing away. 4, that's a patient. A patient 22 is a base on balls. So that's going to be it for Cologne here. And we're going to play this through because we want to see if we can get the victory. But we cannot risk Cologne here against the switch hitter Calaspo. The Mets got a pretty decent bullpen. They went to the World Series. And let's see what happens here in the bullpen. We got Carlisle comes up, Torres comes up, and Familia comes up. So we're going to bring in let's see if we can find our Mets team. Okay, here we go. So we have Torres, Carlos Torres. Who did I say comes in as well? Carlisle, Buddy Carlisle. Let's see what Carlisle looks like. Because Carlisle comes in first. So let's take a look and see if he fits the situation better than Torres, who has a 4.68 ERA. Buddy Carlisle, 5.63 ERA. My goodness. All right, but we didn't really know that at that point. All right, so we're going to bring in Carlisle. Don't really know that at this point. So we're going to bring in, we're going to play it kind of realistically. And then we're going to look, we have Blevins waiting to face Markakis and Freeman. You know what? What if I go one more with Bartolo? Let's go one more with Bartolo. And then we bring in Blevins. That's what we're going to do. All right. Here goes. Runners on first and second. Albert Calaspo. He's an F bunter, so he won't be bunting. He's batting from the left side. The pitch from, it's a 5. That's a tough. A 67. That may be a double play. Let's see what happens. A 67. Oh, no, it's a fly ball. Center field, shallow center. Lagares. He's there. Everybody holds up. And it's Nick Markakis. Now we're going to bring in the lefty Blevins. The lefty Blevins is going to come in to face Nick Markakis. Going to bring in Blevins. Now Blevins plays a few. Yeah, really. Crazy, right? Bartolo got the out there. So this is a 7. This is tough. A tough 44. And oh no, on Markakis' card, a tough 44 is a hit. My goodness. Against a righty and a lefty. So let's see what kind of hit our fast action cards are going to tell us what's going on here. An opposite field liner. Runner on second base advances 1 base. There's only 1 out, so he's not going to get the modifier for being a 6 or faster. That would allow him to move up 2 bases. So this is a single, bases are loaded. And it's going to be Freddie Freeman, the dangerous Freddie Freeman, left-handed batter. And the Mets are going to have to bring the infield in. Let's get that chart ready. Mets are going to bring the infield in here in this situation. All right. Here goes. And that's an 11. That's an in play, a 0-9. That's not good. In play 0-9. Markakis gets Freddie Freeman. In play 0-9. Not going to be good. And wait a second. 0-9 is a double. We're looking up here. Liner to left center. Cut off by left fielder. Runners advance 2 bases. So it's going to be a 2-run double by Freddie Freeman. 1 run scores, 2 run scores, and now second and third. With 1 out, Markakis is at third and Freeman is at first. And not good for the Mets here at Cologne. Cologne just lost an opportunity to win a game. He's 0-2. And he actually, I think he allowed these 2 batters to get on. So he may take the loss here. Kelly Johnson got on a single, and then he walked Eric Young. So yes, he's responsible for these 2 runs. So unless the Mets come back with a run or whatever is needed to tie up the game, Cologne is going to get another loss. So we pull. All right, so up to the plate is A.J. Przinsky. And you know what? We're going to walk Przinsky, who's a 2.309 hitter versus righties, and pitch to Gomes, who's a 2.08 hitter. He's going to walk, intentional walk for Przinsky. And it's going to be Johnny Gomes, bases loaded. That's how the infield in once again. We need a strikeout. 3 in play, 79. An in-play 79 takes us to the out range. That's going to be a fly ball center field. And that's going to be too shallow to get anything home at this point. And that's 2 away. So Simmons now. Simmons with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That's an 11. That's an in-play, an 81. An in-play 81. It's going to be a ground ball to short. And Flores is going to step on the bag, take it himself. And the Mets are out of that inning. They allowed 2 runs. And the Braves now lead it by a score of 2-1. And for the Braves in this, here goes. And that's a 9. That's going to be tough. A tough 82 versus a lefty. Going to put in the out range. That's going to be a fly ball. That's going to be a, let me see. Line drive to 6, line drive to 4. That's going to be a line drive. He's a lefty. It's going to be a line drive to the second baseman. Line drive to the second baseman. So Michael Kadire now. Got to write in Luis Avilan. I forgot to do that. Luis. The good thing here, you just go right back. We write him in as a throws lefty. And then let's add him as a sub. Doing everything on I-score over here to my right. And then it's a line out to the second baseman. Or actually, no, it's a pop-up to the second baseman. My mistake. I think I said line out. It's a pop-up. I'm using a 9. That's tough. 40. A tough 40. It's going to be a strikeout. Peterson down on strikes. Now it's going to be the pitcher. And the pitcher was Avilan. So the pitcher was Avilan, and he's up. So we're going to have to pull Avilan. I know it says Johnson, but he was a pinch hitter earlier. And we're going to bring in Maben to pinch hit. Cameron Maben. And then we're going to bring in Brandon, Sugar Ray Merriman. Or we'll bring in the closer. Let's find out who the closer was by looking at the saves. 9 saves for Jim Johnson. So that's going to be their closer. And Vizcaíno, 9 saves. I don't know if I don't see that we're still filming here. Oh, there we go. All right, in this game for the Mets, Neuenhouse. Neuenhouse pinch hit, so we're going to bring in Neuenhouse. Makes my life easier than figuring all this stuff out. I want guys that are on the roster to be playing. Let's see. Where are my Mets? Where are they hiding? There they are. Neuenhouse is going to bat. Okay, Kurt Neuenhouse is going to bat for the pitcher, Familia. So let's get Neuenhouse in there quickly, and we just did. Okay, here's the pitch from Johnson, 2 outs. So basically the last chance for the Mets to tie this game. Otherwise, Colon gets a loss. That's a 6. That's a tough 57. A tough 57. That's a swing and a miss. Down on strikes is Neuenhouse. And game over. Colon gets his 3rd loss, but pitches extremely well. Let's take a quick look at what Colon did. So Colon gave up 2 runs on 6 hits, I believe. So the line for the Braves was 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. 8 left on base. The Mets were 1 run, 6 hits, and no errors, and they left 8 runs on base as well. Now, I'm going to exit this game, and then I'll be able to look at the stats and the scorebook to see how Cologne did exactly. Cologne went 7 1/3, 7 1/3, but gave up the 2 runs there on a single and a walk in that 8th inning. He had trouble. He struggled in that 8th inning. Very tough loss for Cologne. Big Sexy, not happy. But Cologne went 7 1/3, gave up 2 runs on 1, 2, 3. I'd like to show you this. Let me get this. I'm going to show you guys this thing. It's got the whole scorebook there. And let me see. There we go. All right. There you go. So I can pull this up, and it shows me what Cologne did. Cologne gave up hit by pitch in the 2nd, then a single in the 3rd, another hit by pitch in the 4th, and at that point he should have been ejected. Don't know what happened. Oh no, that was the one that he was warned, and if he were to hit another batter, he would be ejected against Brzezinski. And then that was a second hit. So he has 2 hits, gave up 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits. So he pitched 7 1/3 and gave up 4 hits, 2 runs. He walked. Who did he walk? Didn't walk any, did he? He walked nobody, man. Wow. Okay, struck out. He struck out 2, 3. See the K's 1, 2, 3. Struck out 3. So that's it. So Cologne goes 7 1/3. Pitches into the 8th inning, gives up 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and no walks. So he gives up only 24 walks in 194 innings, I believe, in this season, which is something really cool and I like. So anyway, now this is how I finish it off. I give Cologne his loss. I go right here. Cologne gets a loss. The win goes to Tehran. Avalon is gonna get a hold. Avalon gets a hold, and the save goes to Johnson. Jim Johnson came in the 9th. And now I'm going to email the box score to myself. And then I'm going to show you guys where you get the stats. So let's say you want to go look at the team stats and how he's done so far. I'm going to show you. You're going to go back. My battery's running out. You're going to go back here, out. You go to team manager. And then you go to the team, the Mets. You go to team stats. Gives you all the batters. And it gives you all the pitchers. So Cologne has lowered his ERA to 4.37. He had a 4.16 ERA. He's pitched 23 innings, let's say. He's 0-3, 23 innings. He was 14-13 in actuality. Hopefully he'll get a win. Yeah, I mean, it helps me out a lot. I still like doing the old school paper and pencil every so often. But rewriting those lineups again and again gets tedious. Here I just move 2 or 3 guys around for the actual lineup, and I'm ready to roll. Much easier, and it keeps all my stats. I don't have to do all this. So Cologne has given up 23 hits in 23 innings, and he's only walked 2, so that's pretty impressive. And he's got 13 Ks. So that's about it, guys. All right. So I'm saying adios now to everybody. Take care.